Welcome, my dear student, Sharanu Sharanarthi. Today we will discuss remaining points of evaporation, factors affecting evaporation, and evaporation causes cooling. So, these 3 points today we will discuss. The first point is evaporation. So, evaporation word you are very familiar. Already you have learned in previous class. But here we are discussing the detail about the evaporation. So, what is the definition of evaporation and what do you mean by evaporation and how it causes the evaporation? So, all these points to answering here by studying of these points. Now, evaporation. What is the definition here? The change of a liquid. The change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature. At any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. So, here the change of a liquid into vapor, the change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. For example, here, so now you spread water on the floor. After few minutes you observe that the water can evaporate easily because so the below the temperature of that water surface, so automatically they can be evaporate. So at any temperature. So now I will give here, what do you mean by temperature here? So temperature means the degree of hotness and coolness of a body. The degree of hotness and coolness of the body is called temperature. If any temperature below its boiling point, so the liquid automatically changes into vapor. So once again, I will repeat this definition. The change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Next, how it forms the evaporation? Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the force of attraction and changes to vapor state. So, how much temperature need to evaporate of that water? That temperature, that energy gained from the surface of the particles automatically and slowly it can be evaporate the water. So, this is the definition and related point we have discussed. So, here now we go for next point is factors affecting evaporation. So, here the factors affecting evaporation depending upon the rate of evaporation. The rate of evaporation depends upon the surface area, temperature, humidity and wind speed. So, the evaporation is totally depending upon 4 aspects: surface area, temperature, humidity and wind speed. So, these are the factors influencing to evaporation of the liquids. Okay. So, now first point here, the factor, which factor here? Increase the surface area, increase the rate of evaporation. For example, here the big stream is there or you take that lake. So, the upper surface of the water slowly evaporating because increase the surface area and increase the rate of evaporation. So, now you take that one glass water, spread on the floor, otherwise roti pan. So, immediately you are observing that so the water can evaporate fast because the temperature and the surface area is increased there. The surface area is increased means automatically the rate of evaporation also increases. Okay. Next, second point. Increase in temperature increase the rate of evaporation. How much temperature is increasing, the rate of evaporation also increases. Okay. Increase in humidity decrease the rate of evaporation. So humidity means you know that wetness or damp. So including air and hot, cool and hot, both included is known as what you call that humidity. Increase in humidity decrease the rate of evaporation. Next, increase in wind speed increase the rate of evaporation. What do you mean by wind here? The moving of air is called wind. So here increasing the wind speed, so immediately increasing the rate of evaporation. So these are the four important factors influencing or affecting evaporation. Those are surface area, temperature, humidity and wind energy. Now we will discuss with the figures. Okay. So here the process is going on. Here which process here? Evaporation. So here given that the water surface is there, so to the water surface is sufficient amount of energy is required, then it start that water is in the evaporation through the arrow mark given. So here we are observing like molecules are there. So these molecules are having that blue color is oxygen and two orange color shows that hydrogen, because the formula of water is H2O. The formula of water is H2O. So here blue color of part is showing that that is the oxygen, and the remaining orange attached to that blue color of the dot or ball, it shows that hydrogen. So this is the process of evaporation. So evaporation is takes place by the liquid is changes into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point. So I think you understood this figure of evaporation. So next we are going to that. So take in a tank water, we will see that three energy phases. First phase is a high energy phase, second is that medium energy phase, and the third one is a lower energy phase. So three phases we are seeing in the tank. So now here observing that high energy level, so evaporating the water droplets or water vapor. So it shows that arrow mark is in the upper surface, because if the water vapor molecules are rising upward, because it containing a high energy level. Okay, and the middle is that medium energy level, so pulled back into the water, because the water droplet or water molecules will not getting the sufficient amount of energy. So that's why the water molecules pull back into water, and the lower energy level is there, so remain as a liquid, because these molecules of water or particles will not getting that energy sufficiently. That energy is in the lower, so they remain as a liquid. So the liquid is changes into vapor. This process is known as what you call evaporation. So next we will discuss evaporation causes cooling. Evaporation causes cooling. So when a liquid evaporate, the particles of the liquid absorb heat from the surroundings and evaporate. So heat is required sufficiently to the liquid particles, it start that evaporation. So the surroundings become cold. Surrounding becomes cold. So this is the evaporation causes the cool. For example, we will discuss here. People sprinkle water on the roof above the building, roof or open ground, because during evaporation water absorbs the heat makes the hot surface to cool. Okay, so during summer season we will sweat more, because during the evaporation the sweat absorb the heat from our body, making the body cool. So one more example I will give related to the this causes cooling. So nowadays we are using a sanitizer. We are using the sanitizer. So now I'll ask you a question. What happens when you pour some sanitizer on your palm? What happens when you pour some sanitizer on your palm? What happens here? So here the particles of sanitizer gain energy from your palm or surrounding and evaporates, causing the palm to feel cool. So you are feeling very cool when you pour the sanitizer on your palm. The palm will providing energy to the sanitizer particles. They can be absorbed and evaporate. After evaporating, we can feel our palm are the cool. Okay, next one. Wearing cotton clothes in summer keeps us cool because cotton absorbs sweat, and when the sweat evaporates, it absorbs heat from our body, making the body cool. So you know that in the summer season almost all people they are using that cotton clothes. So that clothes are absorbing that absorb the sweat and evaporate into the atmosphere. After evaporating, so our body can be cool by the which clothes here? Cotton clothes. So these are the important points of evaporating causing the cooling. So now here I am showing that one picture is there, how evaporative cooling is. Desert cooler we can call, and also we can call it air cooler. So you are very familiar in the summer season. So here just you observe the figure, which are the parts are there. So the left side of this figure we are seeing that fan is there, and the right side we are using the filter, that is a honeycomb like is there, and in between this filter and the fan we are using that pump. The water is pumping to the filter. When the filtering going on, so the cool air is come from the outer surrounding of the area, and we can feel that cool and cool. So this is the factor. How does evaporating causes the cooling? So we are discussed all these points. So here this end of the chapter, that is matter in our surrounding. So next class we will engage. Sharanu Sharanarthigalu.
Changes in the states of matter. Now you know there are three states of matter. There are solids, there are liquids, and there are gases. And you probably know that when a solid like ice turns into a liquid, we say that it's melting. And if a liquid like water turns back into a solid, we can say that it's freezing. But it turns out there are names for all of the other types of changes that can exist as well. If a liquid turns into a gas, like when you boil a pot of water, we say that the liquid is evaporating. This is an example of evaporation. There are also times when a gas will turn back into a liquid. If you've ever had a bottle of cold water, you see these little droplets of water form on the outside. This is happening because water vapor, or gas in the air, is turning back into a liquid because of the cold water inside of the bottle. We call this process when a gas turns back into a liquid condensation. There's one more example too. Believe it or not, but a solid can turn directly into a gas without ever having to be a liquid. This happens with dry ice, which is solid carbon dioxide. If you drop it in some water just to start the reaction, you can see that the carbon dioxide ice is turning directly into a gas. It's never becoming a liquid. Those solid chunks are switching directly into a gas. Now this process where a solid goes straight to a gas is called sublimation. Let's practice some of these together. If you ever wake up on a cold morning, you sometimes see that there's liquid water on the grass. This water comes from water gas or vapor in the air that's turning back into liquid water. What is it called when a gas turns back into a liquid? Well, we can see that that is called condensation. Here's another example. If you pour water on a dark surface on a hot day, you can watch it seem to disappear really quickly. That's because the liquid water is turning into water gas or vapor and vanishing into the air. What is it called when a liquid turns into a gas? Well, you can see that we call that evaporation. Finally, here's one more. When you have a cube of dry ice, solid carbon dioxide, it turns straight from a solid into a gas. What is it called when a solid turns into a gas? Well, when a solid turns directly into a gas, it's called sublimation. Now it's time for you to practice on your own. On cold days, you sometimes see droplets of water form on your window. What is happening to cause that? Well, that's happening because water vapor or water gas in the air is turning back into a liquid on your window. That is an example of condensation. Now here's another. When you boil a pot of water, say to make tea, you can see all of this gas coming out of the kettle. What is this an example of? Well, in this example, liquid water is turning into water gas or water vapor as you boil it. This is an example of evaporation. So from today, remember, evaporation is when liquids turn into gases. Condensation is when gases turn into liquids. And sublimation is when solids turn directly into gases.